for greatness in a sea of the dying.
Focus so much on what we don't have. We focus on what everybody else has. Like we always want to focus on the disadvantage. And I'm not saying we're not disadvantaged, but if you make that the focus, where your focus goes, your energy flows. So I'm just going to focus on a couple things I do have. Life. I got a brain. I know how to read. I know how to speak. So what? My father wasn't there. So what? I didn't go to the best school district. So what? I got kicked out. So what? I got kicked out of college. So what? I'm going to focus on what I can do, what I do have, and what I can become. And that's what I think the problem is. I just feel like your gifts will make room for you. And when you're trying to be somebody else, you block your gifts. You block your opportunity. So I'm not. You don't see me trying to throw a football. You don't see me trying to, put a basketball in a hoop. You see me speaking. You see me serving, helping kids get their GED. I blew up with teaching a GED class. That's how I became famous. And people always ask me, why did you start there? Because somebody helped me to get my GED. So that's the one thing I had. I had knowledge on how to get a GED. I didn't know how to do anything else, but I had just gotten a GED. So I'm like, hey, I got a GED. If I can't do nothing else, I can psychologically tell you how to get prepared for a GED. And then the GED went to, can you help kids stay in college? So I did that in college, and before you know it, I'm going off on a group of kids, and they call it the Secret to Success video. It wasn't meant to be a video. I'm just going off because here you are with an opportunity to get a 4-year degree, and you playing, and you doing partying and doing stuff that maybe other kids have an opportunity to do because they got a net to fall back on. You don't have a net. So man, I went off. So for me, my gift has made room for me. Every time I talk, every time I speak, every time I educate, doors open. So, man, stop looking at the Joneses might be good at what they're doing, or the grass might be green on the other side, but it means somebody's keeping up with it. They watering, they cutting it. It didn't get green like that on its own. You know my story. You can get anywhere you want from grinding. I had a conversation with a young man this morning. We were going over our schedule, and based on the schedule, it didn't start till about 8:30. And they asked me, well, why are you up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Like, why are you up so early? If we don't get started till 8:30, what you doing up at 4? I'm getting up at 4 because I don't have the resources that other guy has. I don't have a connection. Nobody, my parents didn't know anybody. They weren't a part of any clubs, right? So I can beat him though if I get up at 3. So I may not have his resources, his opportunities. I may not have his network. But if I grind, I can beat him. If I put in the work, I can catch up. Everything I didn't have, I can catch up with work. And that's what it means to me. Every advantage that I want, the currency to get it is grind. Whatever your hand find to do it with all your might. And if I can do it all my might, I can catch the dude that's got 10 years ahead. Look, there are people who graduated. I graduated in 12 years with a 4-year degree. People used to laugh at me when they got their 4-year degree in 4 years. I passed them not on Sway.
Yeah.
I didn't get them then, Sway.
Yeah.
But I kept grinding and kept working, Sway, and I caught the rabbit.
Yeah.
And I'm not quicker than the rabbit, but I caught the rabbit because I didn't stop grinding. So for me, that means if you're willing to grind, you can have it, you can be it, you can do whatever you want to do, and nobody can stop you if you had that grind. Sway, it's not about can you live this life for 6 months? Can you live this life for 3 years? Can you live this life for long, right? And there's certain things you have to do to sustain it. Anybody can get it, but can you keep it? So for me, if you're not doing the right thing, if you're not going through the struggle, a lot of people don't realize, Sway, it's the struggle that keeps me where I am. Why? Because I've worked so hard for what I've accomplished that I can't do certain things just to lose it in the night. I work too hard, Sway. So a part of my hard work is why I'm so disciplined. And I'm not disciplined just because I'm a disciplined person, but I don't want to, like you talked about being homeless. I'm blessed to own 2 homes now. I don't want to lose 2 homes over no foolishness, Way. It took me 30 years to get it, and I'm going to lose it in 30 minutes? Like, it don't even make sense. So I'm just not the quick guy. I'm the guy, that grandma used to, and no disrespect, I don't really do fried chicken because people don't know how to cook it, but my grandma used to 3 days, let it soak, put the seasonings on it. Oh, man. And so you got to let success soak. It takes time. You can make quick chicken, but it ain't seasoned, So I just say to everybody out there, you got to go through the struggle, because once you get on the other side of it, then you become certified. And once you certify, you just don't have it, but you have it for the rest. I want this lifestyle. I want everything I have right now. I want this for the rest of my life, man. For me, I don't. And if there are young people who are doing what I'm doing, I salute them because that's what the game is.
Right.
I did this I'm like Harriet Tubman. You know, I'm opening up a door for you guys. I'm showing you that you can make money being you. That you don't, I do corporate work in the baseball hat. You know, it's this hip hop. That hip hop is real. It's not, I mean, we know this in this room, but hip hop is not just music. It's a way of life. It's a culture, and with your hip hop self, you can be as successful as you want to be. So if it's younger people trying to do what I'm doing or people who follow me, then I definitely want you to compete, because if you're a real guru, you want your students at some point to be better than you. You want each generation to be better than what you were. So no competition whatsoever. You had two paths. One, many of us change when we have a why. You know, some of us, hit rock bottom because we're so self. You heard my man, his parent, whoever it was, gave him everything. So he had a sense of entitlement, but for him, it was like, yo, my mom wasn't there, I got to do this. This didn't happen, I got to do this. So some of us, we find the why. Mine was my son. I'm just going to be honest. My father wasn't there. For him, my grandfather wasn't there for my father. So when my son was born, I'm in the hospital room. My man come out. I'm like, somebody gotta take care of him. Nobody took care of me. I'm gonna take care of him. So for me, that was my why. For other people, it is something happens. They lose everything, and once they lose everything and realize, man, I had an opportunity of a lifetime and I didn't take advantage of that opportunity. So when I get my second shot, I'm gonna murder this opportunity. So it's different for everybody, but I think it has to be either you lose and realize I wake up like, yo, I'm in America, like it's a lot going on, but I have an opportunity. Like, look, I am on Sway. I'm in Sway's universe, bro. Like, how many people really want to be here right now? And I'm here from what? Grinding. He didn't know me 20 years ago, but I'm here because of an opportunity. And number two, my son's in the building. So I'm very cautious of what I'm saying. My passion is different. Like, I'm not just on the show. I'm trying to speak in his life. So if I die next year or 2 years, whatever, my son will always remember that I was in this room and he was in this room with me. And this will be an example for him. So it's my opportunity and my why that drives me.